Hello and welcome to 999. I am Gloomy and I am not a study, but we are in a study and we will pick up where we left off. So, there are piles of crap everywhere. Man, this place is a mess. It's so messy I don't know where to start. Some of this crap looks familiar. I think a lot of these are parts of the puzzles we've solved in other rooms. If that's true, then this room could be Zero's laboratory. Perhaps... God damn it. Perhaps the machines and puzzles he'd need to see his plans come to fruition. So, it's just a pile of junk. There's nothing usual here. Hey Junpei, isn't this the nautical table? Yeah, I feel like I've seen this before. New material has been added to the file screen. I don't like the file screen. Study nautical table. The nautical table from the study. It was found on the drafting table. The fading lines on the right edge must be connected to the line on the left edge. So there, and there. That's the old route to America, I guess. Oh. That's not a good route. That really ain't a good route. This one. That goes from here to over here. Ah, that's insanely long. That isn't really a good route. Look, Junpei, the rust on here looks like Elvis's face. Yeah, how exciting. A pipe, great. Gosh, this desk is really big and feels pretty sturdy. Yeah, it does seem pretty heavy duty. I suppose it belongs to whoever uses this room. Wouldn't you say? I could see some sort of big machine on the other side of its crap. But then let's move on. Wait, there's a... No, this is just... whatever. There's a control panel in front of the big screen here. Wonder if any of those buttons do anything. There's something on the screen now. Oh god. What's this? There are 15 cells here with numbers and letters on them. Let me see that. I see. So wherever you touch a cell, the ones next to it turn off. On or off. So you just gotta use them to make the all cells on the right and the bottom green. Hey Junpei, I found this piece of paper under the thing. You wanna take a look at it? Do you think it might have something to do with the puzzle? This is a piece of the paper Clover gave to me. There are a bunch of numbers and letters connected by equal signs on it. Just like she said, this is probably related to the puzzle on the screen right now. Thanks, Clover. This really helps. Alright, let's go back and try it again. Anyway, it looks like I just need to make all of the cells all green. Okay, so... God, how did I manage that? So, we need this one and this one closed, I guess. Ah, nah, I get it. You did it, Junpei. You're so smart. No, I'm not smart. I knew what I had to put on, and then I guessed. He seemed to have done an excellent job and solved the puzzle. Just what I would have expected of you, Junpei. Hey, come on, you're embarrassing me. You're embezzling me. Stop robbing me. Whoa, don't get cookie kid. We don't have time to do that. Look at this. Check out the right edge of the control panel. The lid slid open and something came out. That's a cross emblem. Great. Alright, I've put an emblem into the 4 indentations on the desk, but nothing's happening. Wait, what's Snake doing? I feel symbols engraved just above each indentations. On the upper left is a steering wheel symbol. On the upper right is a cross symbol. On the bottom left is a mysterious circle symbol. And lastly, the waveful pattern is engraved near the bottom right indentation. Additionally, each symbol seems to have been given a number. 1 steering wheel, 2 cross, 3 mysterious circle, and 4 waffle pattern. Perhaps we need to insert the emblems in this order. That order, huh? Yeah, also we don't have all the emblems, we have 1 emblem. Let's see what happens when I... Wow, well, now we've got something on the screen at least. Huh? What is this? Oh, wait a minute. I saw something like this when I figured out the Morse code puzzle back in the communication office. Morse code? Yeah. Dots on here look like bits from Morse code. There's 2 dots on the first line, 4 on the second, and 1 on the last. Ah, I'm afraid I don't understand. Well, perhaps you should give it a shot anyway. Right, I'll try. Before I do that though, maybe I ought to run through the instructions. If I just tap the bottom, I'll enter a dit. If I hold the button down, I'll enter a da. Once we enter our answer, it'll automatically determine if it was the correct answer or not. Alright, let's do this. Before I do it though, maybe I ought to run through the instructions. Yeah, I know the instructions. Once we enter them, automatically define. Right, let's do this. I don't have an answer. So what am I supposed to input here? The metal door looks pretty sturdy. It's framed with black and yellow warning stripes. Bad feeling about this. I don't think we're gonna find a relaxing sunny garden on the other side of that thing. Come on, what the hell are you scared of? Let me handle this. Ah! Damn it. Damn thing won't budge. I have to admit, I'm very curious about what might be hiding on the other side. I believe we're going to see that. But first... Steel cabinet with a double door. Oh, there's some pieces of paper in the middle of the shelf cabinet. There's something written on these pieces of paper. Looks like we got gray sheets and the stuff. Material is blended to file screen. Oh god, 3 Morse codes. 3 Morse code charts. The Morse code chart was found in the steel shelf in a small cluttered room. It has a Morse code key for the letters A to I. The short mark is called DIT and made the tapping by the button. The long mark is called DA and made by the holding the button down. Morse code chart, it was found there. It's the Morse code key for the letters J to R. There doesn't seem to be a pattern that determines which collection of dots and dashes are assigned to each letter. Morse code chart, it was found in the steel shelf in the small cluttered room. It has the Morse code key for the letters S to C. So what do I put in there then? There are piles of crap everywhere. This is a pretty impressive mess. We tried to search every one of these, so we're gonna be at it till the cows come home. Well, that doesn't seem too bad. We won't have to go bring them in ourselves then. But get smart with me, kid. How about we deal with this area later, okay guys? Maybe we should try something more promising. Oh, there's monitors. These monitors hang down from the ceiling. Each screen shows a room on the ship. Oh, this is not helpful at all. Why did I do that? Maybe I ought to run the instruction. I know the instructions. I know the instructions, but what do you want me to put in there? This doesn't make any sense. We're missing something. This monitor is part of the machine. It's really dim though. It's got a map of the world on it, but I can barely see it. Junpei, there's a wheel over here. Ah, that should work like the steering wheel. Steering? Selling? No, I'm too poor for that. Dealing? That might solve my money problems, but I'd rather not. Alright, you were in the chart room, weren't you? There was a puzzle like this in the wheelhouse. I can figure out how this one works just by looking at that compass. I figure this thing will work just like the other one. The other one? The important part is that nautical table we just found. I just have to match up the directions in the compass with the lines on the nautical table. I used the steering wheel in the wheelhouse, but this time I think it's going to use the wheel that's attached to the side here. Okay, then show me now. Of course. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. This looks like it probably works the same way the steering wheel or the wheelhouse did. If I just touch this direction I want to turn to, the compass will turn to that direction. And I just gotta press stop when the compass is pointing where I want it to. I'm betting something will happen if I can do it right. Alright, let's do this. Just a second. I do need to take a quick look at the nautical table. And for easier access, I need to quickly take a photo of it. Right. And I guess this works. Give me a second. Maybe I should go over the instructions one more time. If I just touch directions, blah blah blah, I know, then I just gotta push stop and the compass pointing where I want to. Alright, let's give it another shot. So, we're starting off south. Then we're going west. Oh, wait. Okay, back to south. Okay, south, west, then we're going southeast, then we're going northeast, then we're going east. Then we are going north. And then we are going east again. I don't know how you manage this without a flat screen photograph. You could write it down before. I guess you'd write it down before. Good boy! Who's a good boy? Knock it off. Hey, we don't have time for screwing around right now. Check out the right side of the monitor. It just kinda slid open, something came out. Oh yeah, I heard a noise too. You know that big box in the hall by the exit? I think it made a noise. Like something unlocking, you know? Noise, huh? Right, we have the helm. So, the metal shutter looks pretty sturdy. Framed with black and yellow warning stripes. Alright, let's open it. Oh, holy shit. That's a pretty damn creepy. There's a coffin in here. Coffin? Coffin? Commander 7 think. Yeah, he's all pale. He's thinking the same thing I am. No way, could this be? I'm sorry, but what's going on? It's a coffin! I wonder if there's a vampire in it. Right, I guess Clover and Snake doesn't know the story. Man, I can't bring myself to tell them. Well, at any rate, let's have a look around. There's a metal leg on the coffin. Snake's touching it. All ice. Ah, the two machines. Cool. Holy shit. Man, this is serious. Well, let's open it, shall we? Clover, if you could give me a hand. Okay, I got it. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ha! Well, luck, it doesn't seem to be ready to open. Yeah, but it's not like it's screwed shut or something. Yes, I believe it's locked in some other way. Hey, 7, you think you could open it with your superhuman strength? No, What's wrong? I think I'll just pass on this one, okay? What the heck? Well, we'll just have to give up on this coffin for now. Let's look around the room a little more, shall we? Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of gigantic. Is that actually true? That's all. So you get out what you're supposed to enter here, Junpei. Looks like the word supposed to go here has 3 letters. It's got 3 lines. I think each line is 1 letter. See, well, if that's the case, then perhaps the letter you need are made up of 2 symbols, 4 symbols, and 1 symbol, respectively. After all, isn't that what you just said? One line has 2 spaces, the next 4, and the last only a single space. These, so in other words, you've got to enter either the dots or the dashes, a set of 2, then a set of 4, and then just 1. Yes, well, so it would seem. So it's 3 different letters. Maybe I ought to run through the instructions. But just tap button, it'll enter it. The holder, yeah, I know the instruction. It'll automatically define if the answer is correct or not. You can also switch through the code sheets I've got by touching the 3 icons. Yeah, that's alright. That's great. What's E? E is 1. Ice. Maybe it's ice. E dot dot. There's a dot. Dash. Yeah, that ice could it be. Great! It was ice. I see, it seems you have solved the puzzle, Junpei. Excellent work. The answer was ice. How did you know? All I had to do was listen to the sounds of the machine maids. After that, I was trivial matter to decode them. Yes, I believe I heard a noise from somewhere on the right side of the device you solved of the puzzle. It sounded rather like something sliding open. Do you see anything that could have made that noise? Yeah, it's true. Ah yes, one more thing. I heard a sound from behind the shutter. Perhaps the coffin is unlocked now. Whoa, what? Those idiots. Oh well, let's check out the coffin, I guess. Alright, fine, I'll open it. Okay, Junpei, you can do this. It's just a box. Just a box. Holy shit, this is a coffin. It's going to be someone terrible, horrible in there. I just know it. Okay, deep breaths. Here we go. Oh man, there's nobody in there. Shit, I can't believe I was scared of something like that. You mean nobody? Were you expecting someone to be in there? It's a long story. Ask Junpei about it sometime. Well, just like 7 said, there's nobody in there. There is something in there though. Well, 2 somethings actually. What is that? There are 2 things at the bottom of the coffin. Looks like we've got a plate with an emblem on it and The Neptune key. Yes, we finally found it. Now we can finally get through that hallway. It's correct, Clover, but we do need to get out of this room first, you know. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's get the hell out of this room as quickly as possible. I don't have any objections to that. I don't think we'll use the Neptune key in this room. Really important though, so I'll keep it in my pockets for now. As far as this other thing goes, the coffin emblem, right? Great. So let's enter this one. Well, emblem indentation, but nothing is happening. Indentation are numbered 1 through 4, and there are symbols on the steering wheel, a cross, steering wheel, cross, weird circle, and wafer pattern. Wafer pattern is last. Steering wheel. Let's just drop the emblem. Steering wheel here. Wow. Well, now we've got something on the monitors at least. What's that? Looks like some kind of puzzle. One of these are just the rules. Here, I'll read them to you. When you touch the numbered area, that area will be selected and it will turn to blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all the balls except the red ones, which you cannot move. The digit root of the balls in an area must match the number for that area. That's it. Well, I still don't really get it. Whatever, like they say, practice makes perfect. Let's give it a shot. Don't you mean practice makes perfect? Hey, let's see if you solve the next one, then you can make fun of me. So, we cannot move the 9. That's right. Digital root of 6 and a digital root of 3. Let's make. How do we make this? Let's go for 8. 5. That's 13. Oh. 2. That's 10. And 3. That's 13. No, it doesn't make any sense. 3. That's 11. 1 is 3. 14. So it's 3. No, it's 12. It's 12. It's 12, so it's 3. Right. So 7, 6 is 13. 18. 22. 24. Check. Okay, this is it, right? But nothing's happening. There are still 3 more indentations left empty. I imagine something will happen when they are all filled. Doesn't that seem likely? Oh boy. Cross was next, I guess. Okay, let's put the amp on the cross. Hey Junpei, something just showed up on the screen. Puzzle sure looks a lot like the last one. Yeah, there's more to these red balls you can move. The numbers for each area is different too. Looks like it's got the same rules as the last one though. You sure you don't want to double check that? No, I'll be fine, I get confused. I can just look at the screen over there, right? Anyway, like they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Words? Words. Let's give it a shot. Isn't that a picture is worth 1,000 words? Hey, shut it. At least I'm trying, alright? Oh boy. The 9 and the 1 are blocked, so I guess we need 10 on this one. 8, 6, 5, 4, 2. So this is 10, 18, 20, 25. Yeah, that's fine. What? Why? 3. No, this is 10. This is 15. 21, 25. That's awesome, Junpei. There's only 2 left now. You can do it. Right, the next one was... whatever this thing is. Right, let's put the emblem of the secret code. Damn, this puzzle looks a lot like the last one. Looks like the rules are the same though. But you think you should double check it? Come on, this is the 3rd time I've done this. It'll be fine. So this, if you can't think of anything clever, please don't strain yourself. You might hurt something. Shut up. Just give me a break, alright? I'll think of something. 7 and 7, oh boy. 1, 3 and 9 are blocked. So... do I get a 7? A 16. Double 16, I guess. Can put a 5 and a 2 in there, I guess. Right? It's a 15, 21. Does this work? No, it won't. So, this, and this. This is 16. This, 12. This is 16 as well. Check. Excellent work, Junpei. You've only got 1 left. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. And back in with the coffin emblem. Let's see what happens when I put an emblem of the coffin in there. It's the 4th one. This puzzle looks a lot like the last couple. I think this is probably the last one. Once we solve this puzzle, I'm sure something will happen. Alright, I'll solve it in no time. There were 1, 3, 6, and 9. 9 and 8. This is gonna be difficult. Well... this is really gonna be difficult. So I need this and this. Why though? Just a second. This is 13. $13. 17. It should work. Why doesn't it work? Do I need to put more balls in there? Makes it difficult. Why isn't it working? Five and 4. It's 7. It's 15 and 17. Why would this work? Should work. Why isn't it working? I can make an 18. Do I? Can I make an 18? 13. No, I can't make an 18. Cannot. 11. Can make like this. Here's an damn it, I just can't get it at all. The rules are displayed on screen. Maybe I should read it again. Cannot use this number. Use this number. Cannot use this number. I cannot use this number. So this is 17. This has to be 17. So if we do this, then we're on 17. And if I do this, we're on 9. Why does this combination not work? If we do this, 12, 16, 18, damn it, I just get it all. The rules are displayed on the screen, maybe I should read it again. It's small, I wonder what this is. Got no idea. Screen showing me the ball puzzle instruction for it. When you touch a numbered area, the area will be selected and will turn blue to indicate this. Touching a numbered ball after selecting an area will cause that ball to be moved to that area. However, you cannot move the red balls. You can only move 3 to 5 balls into a single area. Press the check button once you have moved all the balls except for the red ones, which you can't move. The root of the ball in the area must mount to this area. Well, I guess the rules. Gosh. So. $18. It's 15. 17. Huh? Where did that noise come from? Underneath the keyboard? Way to go, Junpei. You answered all the questions. Damn, Junpei, good job. Hey, did you hear something just now? Yes, I heard that as well. Up on the left, up the corner of the desk, I believe.
A picture? What the hell is this? This man with a mustache on the right. He's the same guy we found murdered in the captain's quarters. He had the zero bracelet on his left arm. And this second man, with the glasses and a doctor's coat. He's the 9th man, the one with bracelet number 9. He died after he went into door 5. But this guy, the one in the striped suit. Oh man, that's Ace.
Yeah, I guess it is.
No doubt about it.
But what does it mean? What is Ace doing in this picture? Not only Ace, the 9th man and Cap too. And they look happy, like they knew each other well. Why? How? How in the world are these 4 men connected?
You say Ace is in that picture?
Yeah, it doesn't look like it was taken recently though. Ace, the 9th man, and Cap all look about 10 years younger.
Ah, So the ninth man and the man you found murdered in the captain's quarters are also in the picture?
Yeah.
Is there anyone else? Or are there only 3 people in the picture? I'm afraid I can't see it.
No, there's one more guy. He's got kinda long hair, he looks smart but a little cold. He's the only one I don't recognize.
What's the date of the photograph?
It doesn't have one.
Did you look on the back?
The back?
Yes, the reverse. The other side.
Huh. Praying for the success of the Nonary project. With Nijisaki, Kubota, and Musashido. Huh. Then the 4 men in this picture were the organizers of the Nonary game 9 years ago. That means Ace, the 9th man, and Cap were all responsible for making it happen. But I feel like I should be more shocked about this. It's almost as if that's just how things were always supposed to be. Why? Why am I not surprised? Ace was the one in charge of the Nonary project. But then why? Why am I so calm? It's like I already knew.
Ah, of course. I understand now. Ace was the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. He was the one who invented the game 9 years ago. He was Gentaro Hongo.
Ace is Hongo?
I had my suspicions from the beginning. Their voices were similar. Too similar to be a coincidence. I could never forget his voice. It was the voice of the devil. I couldn't be sure, though. After all, I had no way to check. I certainly couldn't ask him. Even if I had known, however, I would never have told you. Zero made it quite clear what would have happened if I did.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea.
Huh?
I didn't know that Ace was Hongo.
Oh, yes. I suppose you wouldn't have. 9 years ago. You were in Building Q in Nevada, but Hongo was in the Gigantic with us.
I know. That's why I didn't know what Hongo looked like. But why? Why didn't you tell me? I mean, I'm your sister, right? You could have told me.
I'm sorry. I apologize for keeping this from you. But if I'd told you, Clover, you would have told everyone else. And if you did, then I would have been forced to tell them about what happened 9 years ago. I had to prevent that.
Hey, Junpei. You think I could borrow that picture for a sec?
Sure.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki,
Oh,
Musashido.
still jogging a little bit.
Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido.
Hey, 7, do you...
Shut it! Just be quiet. I'm this close to remembering. This close. Hongo, Kubota, Nijisaki, Musashido. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Nonary project. Shit.
What?
What's wrong?
Holy shit, this is nuts.
What's nuts?
I remember
Remember what?
everything.
Everything?
Yeah, I remember all of it. My memory's back. I remember what happened before I got snatched.
What?
Let me tell you what happened. Like Snake said, Ace is Hongo from the right. The other 3 are Musashido, Nijisaki, and Kubota. Musashido was the man with the cash. Nijisaki was Hongo's right-hand man. And Kubota developed the actual technical details of the experiments.
How do you know all this?
Come on, man, I told you, I finally got my memory back.
No, that's not what I mean. I'm trying to ask you why you knew all this stuff in the first place, before you forgot it.
You really want to know?
Of course.
Me too.
This is gonna take a while. Hell, it'll probably take me a good 3 days to tell you everything.
Well, we don't have 3 days.
Just give us the short version, all right?
Short version, huh? Alright, fine. I'll give it a shot. No promises, though. I'm a detective. It's a little awkward to say this about myself, but you could probably consider me a lone wolf type. I hold to my own code, as I think doing what's right is more important than doing what you're told. That's why I followed my gut that night. A slim lead brought me to the wharf. It was 9 years ago. The wharf had been cold as fuck, and I could barely see squat. I was investigating a mess of kidnappings, all of them children. It all had one thing in common. A history of visits to one particular hospital. A hospital under the management of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. And my investigation had turned up evidence that Cradle had been involved in the kidnappings. After a little sweet talking, I managed to finally get a real lead from someone inside Cradle. My source told me this.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
So I headed to the wharf. From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved, there's no doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand.
Don't move.
I felt metal touch the back of my head.
Drop the gun. I could kill you right now. It'd be easy to get away with it, to just tie an anchor to your feet, and no one would find you for a week. That what you want? The fish here would love a meal.
He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. I did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A drug? That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that. I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it! Shit, my head hurts. I did a quick once-over of the room. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no... I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open.
There's nothing new. We already knew this.
Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to throw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very... Then, I heard a faint voice.
I'm skipping a little bit. I know we know what was right.
The voice was far away.
Maybe he
I couldn't
remembers what
understand what it
happened
was saying.
after.
But I could hear one. It was pretty high. Probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5. Where? I pressed my ear to the wall. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the middle. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. But I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming. Hold up. Why are there... But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. I checked out the metal grate. I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then... Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch? I finally got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face, so I wiped it off and crawled inside. The first bit or so was tight. I had a wriggle on my... It wind up eventually, and there was space for me to crawl along on my hand. I went from crawling like a worm in dirt to skittering like a bug. Couldn't say it was much better, but I'd take what I could get. And when I'd been in the thing long enough to start wondering where it'd take me, a massive sound nearly scared the piss out of me. It was like a heavy metal door had just been slammed shut. Then, there was a voice. What? I wasn't sure what it meant, but anything with incinerator is bad. Then, almost as if that was a cue, a bunch of...
That's good. That made it whole. That made a hair in my head.
Damn it! I scrambled through the duct as fast as I could. Made a giant racket, but I didn't care at that. I soon found a metal door on the left side of the duct. The kids were screaming on the other side. I found it. I yanked the handle and threw the door open. I almost ripped the metal. What the... I couldn't believe what I saw. The room had a dome up top, and there had to be about 9 walls, all the same size. Up in the ceiling was an upside-down funnel, almost like a chimney. I looked down. There they were, the kids I'd been searching for.
Oh, yeah, this one's new.
They all gawked up at me, suddenly silent, for the moment, from surprise and fear. Scared of the room or me, I couldn't tell. Probably both, actually. Not like I can blame them running into a mug like this when they're already scared shitless. I snorted at my own dig at myself and turned to the kids. Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. All of them stood there. Well, except one. He was a boy slightly older than the others, in a private school uniform.
Oh, that's Santa, I guess.
Who the hell are you?
He stepped forward and glared at me suspiciously. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you. It looked like they relaxed some the second I got the words out.
How are you gonna help us?
Where's the exit?
There isn't one. The doors we came in through won't open, and the door over there...
He kinda cut himself off. I think he was considering something before he changed his mind.
Anyway, there's no point. We can't all get out of here. If we don't get out of here, we're gonna be burned to death.
Burned to death?
Can't you hear it? That voice said the incinerator's gonna start up soon. So...
The voice spoke again.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
They only had 15 minutes. I looked back down at the kids. Looks like a good 20 or 30 feet to the floor. No way I could pull them up. Too big of a distance for any of us to reach. What the hell was I gonna do? But then I got an idea. Wait right there! I'm gonna be right back!
What? Are you just gonna leave us here?
They just got frightened again. I'm not the best at that kind of thing, but I tried to reassure them with a smile. Don't worry, alright? I'll be back, I promise. So just stay calm and wait right there. Got it? I didn't wait to hear them respond. There wasn't time. I had to hurry. Well, as fast as a guy could on his hands and knees. Didn't take me long to get back to my... Still no way out of there, but I had a plan. I needed something from the room. When I got it, I dove back into the hole and took off towards the incinerator. Then... Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. I tipped out the doorway and dropped down the rope I brought with me. Back in the cell, I'd torn the bed sheets into strips and tied them together to make a rope. It was sloppy, but it got the job done. Alright, just tie that around yourself, okay? I'll pull you up one at a time.
Right!
Huh. Wait a sec. Something was off. There were more of you before. Where'd the rest of you go? The boy in the uniform answered.
I let them go on ahead. We opened the number 9 door and they left.
What? You're telling me you opened that door?
That's what I said!
Then what the hell are you doing here?
We couldn't go with them.
Why not?
Look, the only people who can go through the numbered door...
He was in the middle of explaining when...
Incineration will begin in 5 minutes.
The wall shook a bit from the voice bouncing around.
Look, that can wait, all right? Just get us out of here!
Right! I grabbed onto the rope. The first one I pulled up was a girl with a ponytail. Next was a girl with a red necktie. A boy in a jacket came after. He said he'd climb up on his own. The boy in the uniform was the last up. Like the other kid, he climbed up the rope himself. He looked pretty scrawny, but I guess he was stronger than he looked. He moved fast, but when he was almost to me, we heard some knocking. Everyone looked at the door. It had a thick, square window set into it. On the other side, an angry face was staring in.
God damn it! What's going on here? Why is the room empty? Where the hell are those fucking kids?
The door opened, and a man stepped in looking half mad with fury. I recognized his face. I saw him many times in photos during my investigation. The man's name was Gintaro Hongo, the CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Hongo saw the boy hanging from the rope. Yeah! It was like he was an animal. He lunged for the rope. Hurry!
I know!
The boy in the uniform booked it up the rope.
You son of a bitch! Get back here, you little shit!
15 feet. 10. The second I could reach the kid, I grabbed him. I hauled him up and tossed him into the duct behind me.
No! No!
Hongo had lost it. His face...
Fake face. Off his fake face, and he was already a terrifying devil or some kind of damn monster.
I quickly reeled in the rope, leaving a furious Hongo yelling at me from the floor.
You fucking bastard! You won't get away with this! How dare you compromise this experiment!
Experiment? What experiment?
Incineration will begin in 1.
Hey, old man! What the hell are you doing? Hurry up!
The boy in the uniform was trying to get my attention. I may have thrown a salute in the raging asshole's face before I closed the door behind me. No point to going back to the cell, so we went down the other direction. After about 30 feet, we came across another duct on the left. This one was heading down. Everybody nodded and took turns sliding down it. The duct emptied us out into a narrow hallway. There was a door on either side. The one on the left was a normal double door. but the one on the right was familiar. It had black and yellow stripes, and a device next to it on the wall. A plate on it read, Incinerator. Incinerator?
Yeah, that's where we were.
It was the girl with the red tie who answered me. We were inside an incinerator?
Yeah, Hongo might still be there. It looks like it's been shut off, though.
Wait, what? If he's still in there...
Yeah, that's not good.
That meant we gotta get out of here. Go to the other door, hurry! The kids started running, and I was close on their heels. On the other side of the door was a large spiral staircase. Run! Didn't need to tell them twice. We went up and up and up. Our feet pounded the steps, our arms pumping fast. We went round and round and round like the devil was on our tail. The stairway kept going. We passed a couple of landings when the boy in the uniform suddenly spoke.
Something's up. Akane's not catching up to us.
Akane?
My kid's sister. The girl with the red necktie.
Akane. That's strange. I didn't remember seeing that name on the list of missing kids.
Hey! Akane!
He kept his hands around his mouth and yelled.
Nobody answered him.
Maybe we outran her.
The boy in the uniform skidded to a stop. I stopped too, and so did the other two kids. When did we do that?
Well, we passed a couple big rooms on the way here. Maybe she took a rest in one of them?
No, that's impossible.
Sorry, Grandpa. You keep going. I gotta go look for her downstairs.
He turned to go.
Hey, kid, wait! God damn it, I said wait!
I don't think the kid even heard me.
Fuck!
I spun around to the boy in the jacket and the girl with the ponytail.
I'm going after him. You two keep going, all right? You got it?
The girl nodded and ran up the stairs. But the boy...
I'm going with you.
I didn't have time to argue. I just nodded and took off down the stairs. I could hear him following me. We ran all the way to the bottom floor, calling for her. Akane was nowhere to be found.
God damn it, where the hell did she go?
I could tell the kid was frustrated, and then suddenly...
Help me! Somebody help me!
We heard a girl's voice.
Akane!
The boy in the uniform threw open the door and leapt into the hallway by the incinerator. We rushed in after him. I couldn't for the life of me believe what we were seeing. That bastard Hongo had Akane by the arm and was forcing her into the incinerator.
Come on, goddammit, move!
No, I don't want to! Let me go, please! Let go of me!
She planted her feet squarely on...
Yeah, sometimes this happens. This skips sometimes. Weirdly. He's trying to get away, but Hongo was bigger and stronger. She wasn't gonna win.
My brother roared with anger and charged toward Hongo.
Help me!
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo lifted Akane bodily into the air and threw her, still fighting him, into the incinerator.
Ah!
Before we could even blink, Hongo had leapt through the door after her. We saw him land inside. And then, the door slammed shut. We ran to the door. We did everything we could think of to get the thing open. But...
Ah! Fuck! It's no use! The goddamn thing won't move an inch!
he started slamming his fists against the door. He was close to shattering his knuckles with how hard he pounded on it.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
You came back!
Her voice was muffled, but all of us could hear the sheer terror in it.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
Warning. Warning. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency incineration command has been acknowledged.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same damn thing!
Are you there?
Yeah, we're here. Just hang on, alright? We're gonna figure out a way to save you.
His words would have seemed like a sick joke to her if she'd been able to see how white and bloodless his face was right then.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
Please! Please help me! I'm really scared! I don't want to die, please! I don't want to die! I don't want to die!
It's gonna be alright. I'll figure something out. I promise. I promise, okay? You hear me? I promise!
It was torture listening to her sobbing on the other side of the door. Her brother was nearly crying himself. He could only stand there, fists clenched so tight his knuckles were white.
what happened then?
Come on, man. Put yourself in my shoes. It doesn't end good. You think I want to remember that?
Then...
Yeah. Shit. If I'd known it was gonna be like this, I almost wish I hadn't remembered.
Hey, are you sure?
Huh?
Look, I don't want to ask this either, but there's something I don't get. So if you could just tell me, did that girl, Akane, really...
Yeah, I'm sure. There wasn't anything we could do. After a while, the countdown ended, and we heard something... burning. The fire stopped, but we still didn't move. Me and the jacket kid were frozen. The boy in the uniform collapsed as if he couldn't hold himself up anymore. A few minutes passed. The door opened. The boy in the uniform tripped over his own feet running in. We followed, too numb to speak. The air in the incinerator was hot. Every breath made my lungs feel like they were on fire. It was like standing on hot asphalt. The air was wavering, and in the middle of the room, there it lay. The kid's legs were shaking so bad, I don't know how he managed to walk. I couldn't see his face, but his body somehow looked empty. Finally, he reached it. He fell to his knees as his legs gave out on him. And then...
can I ask you one more thing?
What's that?
The girl, Akane. What was her last name?
What does it matter to you?
Just tell me, okay? Please?
Kurashiki. Her name was Akane Kurashiki.
That seems impossible.
You were there that day, weren't you? The tall kid in the jacket. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. You are correct, Detective. Don't misunderstand me. I told you before how Zero threatened me. There was nothing I could do. I couldn't say anything about what happened 9 years ago.
So you're saying you're not working for Zero, right?
Of course not.
Clover, what about you?
Hey, come on! You really think I'm working with Zero? I told you before, you idiot! I was in Nevada, in Building Q. I did hear that a detective rescued the kids on the boat, but I didn't know it was you.
Well, I guess I believe you. All right, let me ask you another question. Santa's real name is Aoi Kurashiki. He's Akane's brother. You know that?
No, I didn't. Did you?
Well, yes. I know Aoi Kurashiki was her brother, but I didn't know he was Santa. At least not from the beginning. 9 years ago, he was in the middle of puberty. His voice is entirely different now.
I wouldn't say his voice is entirely different then.
I'm ashamed to say that even my exceptional hearing wasn't able to make that connection.
That's a far-fetched thing to say.
As such, I had no reason to think Santa was Aoi.
When did you figure it out?
Clover told me that Santa might have been one of the subjects of the initial experiment. It was only a short while ago, while we were leaving the library. When she told me that, I had a feeling.
Santa is Aoi? Akane Kurashiki, June's brother? There's still a lot we don't know. I mean, like, a lot. But there is one thing I think we can say we know.
What's that?
The body we found in the shower room. It had to be Nijisaki, dressed up to look like Snake.
What?
Come on, man, what kind of detective are you? You didn't figure that out already?
Hey, go easy on me, man. I just got my memory back, all right? Cut me some slack.
Well, if he is, the 3 murders make sense then, don't they? Yeah, that's right. Murder. Kubota blew himself up, but that was murder too. So why did these murders take place?
If Junpei is correct, and the body in the shower room was Nijisaki's, that means all of the people who were murdered were involved with the creation of the Nonori project. Kubota, the person who conducted the actual experiments. Nijisaki, Hongo's assistant. Musashido, the man who financed the project.
You mean this was all just revenge? Santa is Zero. He's getting revenge for the death of his sister.
I wouldn't say Santa is Zero. It seems off somehow. Yet the motive is right, but still, it's off. We still haven't. We haven't. June. Let me rephrase. We have Kenny, Akana. We have Akana, who's alive and kicking somehow, which is weird.
That's why he killed them.
No, I don't think Santa actually murdered anyone. If I'm right, then it's not hard to figure out who the next victim's gonna be, is it? I'm pretty sure I don't have to tell you.
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
The next target will be Gentaro Hongo.
This makes sense with... But... yeah, just... Then it makes sense for Santa at least to take that specific group of people with him.
The person who planned the nonary project.
In other words, Ace.
What? What the hell's going on here?
It must be 6 a.m. Our time is up.
Shit! Come on, we need to get out of here.
How?
I'm betting this sucker opens the exit. Come on, let's go.
New material has been added to the file screen. Keycard. New material has been added. Picture taken 9 years. Alright. Do we need to look at this? I don't think we need to search the coffin now. This one. This room is so weird to coordinate. Pile of junk. The stick metal door is blocking our way. It's locked and can't get it open. This is card 0. Alright, let's just wipe this card. Junpei, look! It's unlocked! Yeah! Now we can go to the library. Hurry up, Junpei! We don't have time. Let's go. Alright, let's go.
Huh. I think the shaking stopped.
It would seem so, but we are yet to be out of danger.
You're right. Let's hurry.
This exit needs the Uranus card too. Hey, Junpei!
Yeah, I know. All right, it's open. Let's go. Okay, Neptune Key, let's see if you work. Yes! I think it unlocked.
It says incinerator, so this is the incinerator.
This is the first time I've seen it from this side, but yeah, I think so.
Then there ought to be a lever near the door.
Yeah, right here.
Pull that and the door should open.
Got it. Let's go.
What the hell is going on?
What's wrong? Are you okay?
Junpei, you came to get me.
Of course I did. I made a promise.
I'm so glad you're here. So glad.
Hey, what happened to you?
I'm fine. I just fainted. I wasn't feeling very good. I'm feeling a lot better now, though.
Are you sure?
Yes. I just need to rest a little longer. I'm sure I'll be fine. You shouldn't worry about me.
Santa.
Hey, where is it? Where's the gun? You hide it somewhere?
I don't have it. I got sucker punched and they took the gun.
What? Who took it?
What? Isn't that obvious?
I took the gun.
Ace.
Just what the hell do you think you're doing, Ace? Or maybe I ought to say Gentaro Hongo, CEO of Cradle Pharmaceuticals?
You have me at a disadvantage. And I don't like that. You know me, but I don't know you. Do you have any idea how much I've suffered? Can you even begin to understand my pain?
Yes, he suffered. He definitely did suffer. Cries in $1 million.
The pain of prosopagnosia, right?
Another irritating insect. And how do you know that?
Good question.
No matter. If you don't want to answer, it makes no difference to me. This is a waste of time anyway. It's time for me to go. First, give me your hand. 8. And with this, 9.
The ninth man. Kubota's bracelet.
I believe I've won this game. I've had quite a time playing with you. I must thank Zero, I suppose.
Wait, what? Ace doesn't know who Zero is. What the hell are you planning, Santa?
At any rate, this game ends now. I will escape, and the rest of you will have a slightly less pleasant ending. I suggest you enjoy your final moments. Goodbye. Wait! What? Why isn't it opening? One more time. Now open! No! What is this? That digital root should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening? Now! Ah! No! Ugh.
Oh, that was close. Too close. Thank you, Seven.
Don't mention it. Just one punch ain't enough for this piece of shit. After what he did 9 years ago, I ought to rip him to pieces.
You may as well.
But if a suspect can't talk, they ain't much good.
That's all you care for now? Just punch him a few good times. Make him suffer a bit. He earned it.
Once he's locked up in a cell, we're gonna have a little chat.
So you're gonna wait until you're private with him, and you can show him different ways of suffering. That's fine as well. It sounds a little wrong, if I might say so myself.
9 years ago? Then you must be...
Yeah, you finally figured it out, dumbass.
Ace, you killed Kubota, Nijisaki, and Musashido, didn't you?
Wait, Nijisaki?
Oh, right. You don't know yet. All right. We'll just go through them in order then. Let's start off with Kubota. You talked to Kubota and managed to convince him to go into door 5 alone. You killed him without making it look like you killed him. The way I figure it, you had 4 motives. 1. In the nonary game, the number 9 is dangerous. Whoever had the 9 bracelet could join whatever team they wanted. Adding 9 to any number doesn't change the digital root, which means that number 9 could do whatever they wanted. You wanted to remove that threat as soon as possible. 2. You wanted the number 9 bracelet for yourself, so that you could make use of its power. In fact, you did use it in the murder of Nijisaki. 3. Even if his number hadn't been 9, Kubota was a problem. He knew your past. He knew what had happened 9 years before. You needed to silence him before he told anyone. 4. But last, and perhaps the most disturbing, you used Kubota as a test. You wanted to know how serious this nonary game was. Was it truly life or death, or simply You convinced him to break the rules so you could see what would happen. That was why you killed Kubota. But he was only the first. Next was Nijisaki. While everyone was off looking for the missing parts for the Reds, you ran into Nijisaki near the big hospital room. However, because of your prosopagnosia, you didn't realize he was Nijisaki. Chiefly because, when you met him, he was dressed like Snake. That was why you thought Nijisaki was Snake.
No, that's not... That was Nijisaki? Why? How did...
I'll get to that. Anyway, you thought he was Snake. Snake was one of the kids in your experiment 9 years ago. You remembered him because he was the blind kid, but his presence made you think. Snake was one of my subjects 9 years ago. He probably hates me. But if that's true, why isn't he saying anything? Is he keeping quiet because he can't see? Or perhaps he's working with Zero to get revenge on whatever the reason. Anyone who knows my past is a threat. Before he tries anything, I need to get rid of him. That was when you decided you had to kill him. The murder weapon was Kubota's bracelet. You just waved it over the red.
verified your own number, and then grabbed Nijisaki's arm and forced it over the scanner panel. Then, when the door opened, you kicked him in. 9 seconds later, the door closed. And then 81 seconds passed, and poor Nijisaki was dead.
And you mean to say Snake is still alive?
Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm as good as new.
Yeah, and also a nice cultist trap.
Thank you for killing the wrong man, but I can't say I like knowing that you wanted me dead. Although, to be honest, even if you hadn't tried to kill me...
Well, I wouldn't blame you.
Last but not least, let's talk about Musashido's death. When Clover and I were investigating the chart room, you came over to talk to me. Do you remember what you said?
Oh, a pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
I handed it to you, and you left the room. You had been in charge of the Nonary project. Of course you would have known the solution to every puzzle, which would mean that you also knew how to get out of the wheelhouse. All you had to do was place the watch in the indentation on the door to unlock it. With the door open, you could enter the captain's quarters. Musashido was there. Conveniently placed next to him was an axe that practically begged you to kill him with it. You picked up that axe and buried the blade deep in the other man's chest. One blow was all it took, and then you returned to the chart room as if nothing had happened.
There was something I wanted to speak with you about, Junpei. Could you come with me for a moment?
I had no reason to say no, so I followed you to the wheelhouse. When we stepped inside, remember how you slipped your hand into my vest? You pulled out a piece of paper, the one I used to cheat during the vote. But that wasn't really what you were after. Your true purpose had been to slip the watch into my pocket. It wasn't a very good plan. Had way too many holes, and someone saying the wrong thing could have brought it all down around you.
Yeah, that was odd.
You must have been desperate. But what made you willing to risk it all to do it? Ace, Musashido's murder is the only one I don't understand. You obviously did it. But why?
And how did he know?
Because of this.
What's with the paper?
Just read it.
Let's see. Number 1. There are 2 ways you might survive this ordeal. The first is to win the Nonary game. The second is for you to confess your sins of 9 years past. I have prepared a camera in the captain's quarters. The images captured by that camera will be streamed through a satellite and distributed across the world. Simply look into the camera and repent. Once you have confessed everything, I will release you from this ship. To make your confession more credible, I have left you a witness in the captain's quarters. Perhaps he will confess with you. The decision is yours. Do as you please, Zero.
No.
When I awoke in that room on D-Deck, I found that in my pocket. That was why I chose door 1 when we voted. If I went through that door, I knew I could get to the captain's quarters. As you said, I knew how to enter the wheelhouse. My plan was to find the pocket watch before anyone else. If I could, then my alibi would be set. At least, that was the plan. Unfortunately for me, you got to it first. That sleight of hand was the best I could manage on short notice.
You meant to kill him from the beginning then? Musashido, I mean.
I only knew Musashido was the witness after I reached the captain's quarters. I asked him, and he answered. He seemed groggy. Perhaps he had only just awoken from sedation. I suppose Nijisaki was in much the same state. He seemed confused and disoriented when I encountered him. But yes, you are correct. I intended to kill him from the beginning, even though I didn't know who he was. I proceeded to the captain's quarters in order to remove this so-called witness.
Ace, you figured it out, haven't you? You were being manipulated.
Yes, so it would seem. I was little more than a puppet, in many ways. Everywhere I went, everything was already prepared. The Reds in the large hospital room were dismantled. Nijisaki was dressed like Snake. There was an axe in the captain's quarters. Musashido was delirious from the anesthetic, so he couldn't fight back. Nijisaki as well. In retrospect, I can't understand how I could have fallen into such a simple trap. But yes, this was a trap. It was Zero's trap. and I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah. By manipulating you, Zero was able to kill 3 people and keep the blood off his own hands.
Yeah, that was a nice
All
idea,
of
though.
this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. Am I right, Santa?
Huh? What the hell are you talking about? I don't know any...
Ain't no point trying to play dumb anymore, Santa. Actually, I guess I should call you Aoi Kurashiki, huh? My memory came back to me, kid. You're Aoi Kurashiki, no doubt about it. Never thought I'd be back in this room talking to you. But hey, I guess this was all part of your plan, right? After all, the person who planned the nonary game this time around was Zero, and Zero's you.
Looks like you really do have your memories back, huh? Well, I guess there's no point in hiding it then, huh? Yeah, you got me. I'm Aoi Kurashiki. I was one of the kids in the nonary game 9 years ago. I made it out. So did Snake over there. But there's one thing... No, I guess there's 2 things you got wrong. Number 1, I ain't Zero.
What?
Wait, what?
Sure, I was helping Zero out, but I'm really more of an assistant, like a secretary. But an assistant's only an assistant. I didn't come up with all this. All I did was follow Zero's orders.
Then, if you're not Zero, who is?
Calm down there, Junpei. Didn't I say 2 things? You made one more mistake. Junpei, you just said all of this was revenge for what happened 9 years ago. That's why this nonary game happened. But that's not it. Revenge isn't the only purpose. There's another reason you guys were playing the nonary game. To save someone.
Save someone?
Right. You were brought here to help my sister, to save Akane.
What the hell are you talking about? Akane Kurashiki died 9 years ago in this room. I was there. I saw... What? What the hell? Where is she? Where's Akane Kurashiki? Ugh! Oh, my head! My head, it feels like it's gonna pop!
7! What the hell is going on?
I don't know, I just... Oh! I swear to God, my head feels like it's about to explode!
What was the Nonary Project? I'm sure you know already, but I'll tell you one more time. It was a project designed to test a particular phenomenon. And what was that phenomenon? For 2 organisms to communicate with one another in the absence of physical contact. The morphogenetic field theory. Could human beings use these invisible fields to exchange information? That was what this experiment was conducted to determine. There were 2 separate locations. One was the Gigantic, and the other was a building in Nevada called Building Q. The 9 children trapped in Building Q were faced with numerous puzzles, copies of identical ones on the Gigantic. They were told to send their answers into the morphic field set and transmit them to their brothers and sisters on the Gigantic. The transmitters were put in Building Q, and the receivers were put on the Gigantic. Each sibling pair was supposed to be split up, but there was a mistake. Akane was a transmitter. She should have been in Building Q. However, for some reason, she was placed on the Gigantic with the receivers, like me. Perhaps she was mistaken for someone who was supposed to be in Group A. Whatever the case, Akane ended up on the Gigantic. I think I've told you enough. You get it, don't you? I'm pretty sure you know where this is going, Junpei.
Where what is going?
Don't play dumb. You know things you shouldn't. Things you couldn't. How did you know Ace had prosopagnosia? How did you know why Ace wanted to kill Kubota and how Nijisaki was killed? Were you surprised when you found out Ace was Hongo? And what about the coffin Snake was trapped in? How the hell did you open it?
Well, that's...
Knew because I knew. Junpei was receiving information that I sent to him through the morphic field set. It's simple, really. How do I know the alternate futures then? Imagine a river that splits in 2 like an upside down Y. The river flows from top to the bottom from a single stream into 2 branches. It only flows in one direction. It can never flow backward. Information is the same way. It moves from the past to the future, but never flows backward. That's what people at the river's source in the past will never know about the those downstream in the future. But the people downstream will never know about one another either. Information only flows along the path of the river. But I am different. I can manipulate the morphic field set to pluck knowledge from the future. I know what happens on either fork of the river. Even though the people on either fork know nothing about one another. Now, who am I? I am I, the 9th letter of the alphabet. But I am also 0. No, that's not true. I am not really 0. Not yet. Perhaps you could say I am less than 0. 0 is my future. In 9 years, I will be 0. Where did she go? June? No. Kane. Where did you go?
Santa!
Where's Clover? Oh, shit.
Freeze.
Santa's got a gun. Guess he picked it up when we weren't watching. Looks like he's turned the tables on Ace, though. Wonder how he likes having a gun to his head.
Get up.
Sure isn't about to take the gun off of him for a minute, isn't he? Ace isn't putting up any kind of fight. I mean, I don't think I would either, but he just looks drained. I guess he's going for the door, huh? He doesn't need to verify to go through that door, but...
Hey, what's your plan, Santa? What are you doing?
He can't get through any numbered doors with just 2 people. What the hell is he thinking?
Didn't I tell you? I'm Santa Claus. It's time for me to go make a wish come true.
That's it? That's all he's gonna give us? What the hell does that even mean? Shit, they're out. And now the gate's shut. Looks like the rest of us are stuck in here. They're all looking at me. At least 7 Sadek is gone. He seems to be alright. Well, I guess there's no harm in trying. Let's see if this door still opens.
Damn! Well, it looks like this door isn't opening anytime soon.
Oh, you mean we're trapped?
So it would seem.
What the hell is Santa trying to do?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh, what?
Have you considered where we are? There can really only be one thing Santa would do now.
No. No, you can't be serious.
Oh, but he is? Shit. We've gotta do something. Maybe we can still get out through the 9 door. There's the red. Yeah, alright. We can do this. Just gotta... Oh, it's not gonna work. There's no way. 5 of us can't open this door. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 equals 26. Plus 2 equals 6. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Is there any combination that will work?
Junpei, can I borrow your pen and notebook?
Sure, why not? I don't think I'm gonna need them. Ever again. Well, she certainly looks purposeful. Looks like she's writing equations. A lot of them. Oh man, she doesn't look very happy. What? Hey, no need to be ripping pages out like that.
What the hell are you doing, Clover? Give me that!
Alright, at least someone got it away from her. Maybe now we can get a look at what she was writing. Let's see.
What? And there's no other way?
Lotus. Looks like she'd figured it out too. Man, this is just too cruel.
It's okay. Go.
Lotus.
Come on, you know we can't do that.
Oh, don't give me that. I'm sure you'd love to get rid of me.
God damn it, you idiot!
What? Where the hell did that come from? Looks like she expected it about as much as I did.
If you're not... Look, it'd be bad, alright?
For Copy sure doesn't have much confidence.
Bad?
Yeah. If there weren't assholes like you around, I'd be out of a job.
Uh-huh.
Look, I'm just not leaving you behind, alright? End of story.
7.
He's right. I'm not leaving you either.
Me too.
You didn't honestly think I'd abandon you, did you?
You're all idiots.
Act as tough as you want about us. We can all see you're about to cry.
That being said, however, I doubt we would be able to open the door anyway, even if we were to leave Lotus behind.
Huh? Why?
I trust you remember what happened to Ace? I couldn't, see exactly what happened, but I was able to guess what he was attempting to do earlier, at the Red.
Oh, yeah.
No! What is this? Why? The digital route should be 9! It has to be 9! Then why? Why isn't it opening?
Just to see, why don't we give it a shot?
Give it a shot.
Yes, that is what I said.
Two plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 equals 18. Plus 1 plus 8 equals 9.
You were right.
It ain't opening.
But it did open 9 years ago. The digital route was 9 then, I'm sure of it.
You think maybe they changed the settings?
Perhaps.
Shit. We can't get through that door, we can't get out. Walls are way too high, there's no way in hell we could get to that hole 7 popped up 9 years ago. All we can do is stand here and stare at the door with a 9 on it. Guess that's it. That's the end. I was watching. I had watched everything that was reflected in his eyes. I was listening. Every sound that vibrated in his eardrums I heard. Smell, taste, touch. I felt everything he felt. I knew everything about him. What he was thinking, what he was feeling, what he was sensing. All of his feelings and worries and fears became mine. My mind, my consciousness was inside of him. Though the morphic field set, we were resonant, and we were as one. I was him, and at the same time, I was an observer. It started with a tremendous noise, like a clap of thunder. That was approximately 9 hours ago. A bomb had gone off on the ship we were on. That was why, when my resonance with him began, my resonant event melted into him and we became one, instead of Junpei. Somehow I found myself in Junpei's mind 9 years in the future, but I didn't lose myself. I was living 2 realities at once. One was the present, and the other was the future. Perhaps you can think of it as 2 movies showing on the same screen at the same time. Eventually it becomes difficult to separate them, determine which movie is which. However, if I concentrated, I was able to focus on one or the other. That was why I was able to grasp what was happening in front of me.
Come on, over here!
It was my brother, Aoi. He was yelling. I followed him. Around me were 7 other children. They all looked like they were about my age.
Come on, hurry up!
We ran down a long straight hallway and burst into the large hospital room. Everyone was arguing. 2 of the boys got in a fist fight. The girl watching them began to cry. "I want to go home," she cried. "I want to go home." Another girl slapped the crying girl and glared down at her. It had been 2 hours since the no-nary game began. We were starting to fall apart. But just when all hope seemed lost, Light started talking. He was blind. 9 years later, we would call him Snake.
Hello? Everyone? Could you come over here for a moment?
He was older than most of us, and his voice had authority and dignity. The fights died down, and we gathered around him.
I have a little sister. She is very important to me. Right now, she is over in Building Q, and is desperately trying to send information over to me. Her name is Clover, and today is her 9th birthday.
As he spoke, he pulled something from his pocket. In his hand were 9 4-leaf clovers.
I was going to give these to her as a birthday present. I was outside picking them when I was abducted. I'm sure I've already told you, but I am blind. For a man who can't see, collecting 9 of a very specific plant is, well, it is difficult. But my sister means a great deal to me. And I hope that these would show her how much I cared for her. Since it's her 9th birthday, I thought 9 4-leaf clovers would be appropriate. Every one of you has a brother or a sister in Building Q with Clover. For their sake, we have to survive. We have to get off this ship. Do you understand? If we're going to do that, there are 3 things you have to remember. We need trust and love, and we have to have faith in one another. If we can take all 3 of those to heart, then I promise that good luck will come our way. Did you know that the leaves on the 4-leaf clover mean faith, trust, love, and luck? Those words are leaf words. So if you believe what I've told you, and you understand, then I want you each to have one of these. They're a promise between friends.
He gave a clover to each of us, and I took one, 2. Eventually, he was left with only a single 4-leaf clover. He had one last thing to say.
Now, don't ever forget. So long as you have that, we will always be connected.
When he finished, the tension of only a few minutes before was gone. We were calm. After that, we ran around the ship for a while longer and opened several of the numbered doors until we finally found a door with the number 9 on it. In fact, there were 2 doors with 9 on them, and we found them in the chapel. We split into 2 groups and walked through the doors. For long, we all found ourselves in a room with a ceiling that looked like an upside-down funnel. For some reason, this room had another number 9, but this time it was the only one. But if there was only one door, that meant only 5 people could escape.
What are we gonna do? There aren't any other doors!
We began to panic, and as if things had not gotten bad enough already.
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Automatic incineration will take place in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately. Repeat. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged.
What? What's happening? What did that thing say? That didn't sound good.
My brother Aoi swallowed hard and answered.
I think it means this room is gonna burn.
Burn!
The plaque on the door says incinerator, and that voice said that the incineration is about to start. And incinerate means to burn.
No! Help me!
Abject terror filled the room as everyone began to scream and cry. Every pair of eyes were filled with despair. Then, high up on the wall, a door opened and a man appeared. He was huge, frightening mountain of a man as large as a bear. 9 years later, we would call him 7.
Don't worry, kids, I'm not your enemy. I'm one of the good guys. I'm a detective. I'm here to rescue you.
The rest happened just like 7 had said it did. The 4 of us who stayed behind, we were saved by 7. We crawled through the vent away from the incinerator and slid down into the hall. Came out on the other side of door 9. On the wall opposite to the door was a set of double doors. We went through those and began to run up the spiral stairs. As we ran, I led the way. Behind me were Yona, my brother, Aoi, Snake, and 7. The other children, the ones who'd gone through the door 9 before us, were up ahead. I could hear them cheering each other on. We ran and ran and ran. We leapt across as many stairs as we could and kept running. The stairs spiraled upward like a tornado. Eventually I pulled ahead of the rest. Perhaps Nona had slowed them down. I didn't want to lose them, so I slowed down as well. I didn't stop, but I glanced over my shoulder from time to time to see if they had caught up. It was when I realized...
Oh no, where is it? Did I drop Junpei's present?
I knew it. I had it with me when we passed through the vent. Then, had I dropped it as we slid out? had to go back. I had to. But I knew I couldn't tell the others. They would stop me. I was sure of that. I didn't stop to think. I simply moved. I ran to the central hall, the room that connected to all the other areas of the ship. In the shadows, moments later I felt a rush of wind as they ran past me up the staircase. I waited until we were out of sight and then I ran. I moved as quietly as I could, down and down and down. Finally I reached the bottom deck. I ran to the hallway, looked around frantically.
There it is!
It was just where I thought it would be, sitting on the opening of the vent. I ran over and snatched it from the floor, but as I ran back towards the stairs and freed him. The door to the incinerator opened and a man stepped out. It was Hongo. Gentaro Hongo. 9 years later, we'll call him Ace.
Ah, how wonderful to see you decided to come back.
His smile made my blood run cold. Looked mechanical, as if someone had simply pulled up the corners of his mouth.
Come with me. We must continue the experiment.
I shook my head, eyes wide. Slowly I began to walk backwards. Step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Then I spun around and broke into a run. I felt Hongo's hand close over my left wrist.
I said, come with me.
There was an edge of insanity in his voice now. I pulled as hard as I could.
No! Stop! Let go of me! Let go!
I shook my body and flailed my arms, trying desperately to get Hongo out of it to let me go. But I was still only a child. I was no match for a man like Hongo.
Stop struggling, goddammit! Do as I tell you!
He heaved on my arm, trying to pull me into the incinerator. I screamed.
Help me! Somebody help me!
Then suddenly,
Akane!
the door to the stairs flew open, and my brother Aoi burst out of it. Behind him came Seven and Snake.
Akane!
He cried my name again as he leapt towards Hongo.
You came back!
I cried out. Then,
Ah! You're too late, idiot!
Hongo threw his full weight against my arm, pulling us both into the incinerator.
Ah!
The force of it threw me onto the floor. I scrambled to my feet and looked toward the open number 9 door. Hongo stood between it and me, but behind him I could see my brother's fist clenched. But those fists never reached Hongo. With the cold, thoughtless screech of metal on metal, the door slammed shut. Hongo glanced at me mechanically, his face registering that there was an object there, but not anything he would consider a human being. Then he turned away from the walk to the red that sat next to the door. He reached into his pocket and removed 2 bracelets. He waved them both over the scanner panel. 2 Asquiths appeared on the red. He checked the screen, then tossed the bracelets carelessly on the floor. What was he doing? What was the point? He made no effort to explain himself, of course. He said nothing at all and walked past me as I thought I read. Nothing more than a rock by the roadside. A few moments later, the 2 other doors slid shut as well. Faintly, I could hear someone pounding on the door behind me. I turned around and ran towards the door with a 9.
Akane! Akane! Are you okay?
I could hear a voice from the other side of the door. A worried, frightened voice.
Help me!
My throat was already raw, but I screamed as hard as I could. My voice echoed lonely around the empty room.
What should I do? I think I'm trapped in here!
Where's Hongo?
He went out the other door!
What?
And it started again.
Warning. Warning. Emergency Incineration Command has been acknowledged. Incineration will begin in 18 minutes. Please evacuate the incinerator immediately.
Holy shit. Man, I knew what I was going to say. But that is one hell of a creepy voice.
I knew it!
It's starting.
Santa started the incinerator.
Fuck!
Man, I never thought I'd hear that damn voice again after 9 years!
What the hell? What the hell? What in God's name are you talking about? It's 9 years this and 9 years that, and when it's not 9 years something, then you're talking about some sort of fucking experiments! You aren't making any sense!
I'm sorry, Lotus, but we really don't have time to explain it right now. I promise. I'll tell you everything once we get out of here.
But...
Yeah, I really do get Lotus' position. She's the only one who really has no idea what is going on at all.
Incineration will begin in 17 minutes.
You know what that means, right? Incinerate means burn!
What kind of idiot do you think I am? I know what incinerate means.
Well...
God damn it! I won't ask anything else. Talk about whatever you want. But you have to do something for me. 7, figure this out.
What? Why me?
Just shut up and stop this thing!
How the hell?
There has to be some sort of emergency shut-off button.
There isn't anything like that.
How the hell do you know?
Because I looked for it 9 years ago.
Yeah, Lotus isn't happy about that. Can't really blame her. Wait. Floor, it's moving. What else can I say about it, but...
What the hell is that?
What is that?
What else could I say? Floor opened and a machine rose up out of it. It looked like a computer. At least, it kind of did. There was a monitor, a keyboard, and a cross-shaped device of some kind. Something about the machine scared me, but I forced myself to walk up to it. I was terrified. Tears poured down my face. I wiped them off even as more took their place and forced myself forward. Finally I reached it. I looked at the screen. It was blank. All I saw was my own frightened face staring back at me from the glass, drenched in tears. All I can see on the screen is a reflection of my own face. I'm looking kind of freaked out. I know I'm sweating like crazy, but seeing it kinda drives it home. Okay, Junpei, just calm down, right? Everything's gonna be okay. Ah, wish that thing would just shut up.
Incineration will begin in 15 minutes.
Alright, back to this thing. If it's only showing up now, then it's gotta be important. But what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
Hey, move!
Gah. Hey, we're all tense, lady. It doesn't mean you get to shove people around.
It's turned on. There's nothing on the screen, though. Oh, this is bad. This is really bad. If there's nothing on here, how are we supposed to do anything with it?
Sure, I'll just push buttons. I'm sure that'll... Huh? Well, at least it's on now. What's on the screen, though?
What is this?
What's up?
It looks like some sort of puzzle.
It's got a bunch of numbers and letters scattered across a 5x5 grid. The numbers are ranged from 1 to 8.
Do you think that if we solve this puzzle...
the incinerator will stop? Yeah. Well, we can hope, right?
Alright, puzzle. How do you work? Oh man, that goddamn voice again.
Incineration will begin in 13 minutes.
Shit. 30 minutes. Can we really do this? My heart feels like it's gonna pop. My heart was pounding like it was about to explode. I stared at the puzzle on the screen. I was sure I had to solve it somehow, but no idea how. My connection to Junpei had been gone for a while. His mind was gone, I couldn't get any more information from him. But seconds ticked by as I stared at the screen, completely lost. My cheeks felt hot as tears poured over them. Then I heard a voice.
Hey, what are you doing?
It was muffled. I turned around. Pressed against the window at the entry door was a face, bright and an evil face. It was Hongo. How long had he been watching me?
Ah, don't know what to do?
He was yelling, but his voice was still muffled.
It's simple, really. But I suppose I might as well tell you. Just solve the puzzle on that machine.
His slaughter was muffled by the door, but still tore at me, my heart, like claws of a vicious monster. I bit my lip and glared at Hongo, struggling to hold back her tears.
You're a terrible person! I hate you!
Oh my! How could you call a gentleman such as myself a terrible person? That's not very nice. I'm quite fair. I don't use tricks or play dirty, you see? I've even left you a way out.
A way out?
Didn't you hear me? All you have to do is solve that puzzle. Do that, and you can stop the incinerator.
What's the point of stopping it? You'll only capture me and make me do this all again. I'm not going to listen to you. If you're just going to throw me back in here, I might as well just die now.
My goodness, haven't you listened to anything I've said? I told you, I'm a fair man.
Huh?
If you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will in turn activate. If this experiment is to deliver valid results, there must be a chance of success. If you succeed, you will escape.
The verification function of the red?
I remembered. If Hongo left the room, he had sent 2 bracelets into the red.
Ah, so you do remember. Right now there are 2 numbers in the red. The first is 1, and the second is 3. Say, Akane, what's your number?
I found it in my left hand. Case of my bracelet. Showed a 5. 1 plus 3 plus 5 equals 9. I ran to the door with the 9 on it. I grabbed the red and put my hand against the scanner panel.
You really aren't one for listening, are you?
I hear Hongo's muffled voice from across the room.
I've already told you, didn't I? Once you solve the puzzle, the verification function of the red will activate. In other words, if you haven't solved the puzzle, you can't enter your number. What kind of fool are you?
Why are you doing this?
You could never understand. You don't know what it's like to spend every day surrounded by monkeys. Now start the experiment. Solve the puzzle.
I can't! I don't know how!
Of course you don't. Isn't that the point? You understand, don't you? Access the morphogenetic field and find the solution.
I can't!
Then you'll die. You'll burn alive. It's gonna be quite hot in there in a few minutes. I imagine it will be very painful.
His horrible laugh echoed across the room, and even after his face disappeared from the window, I could hear it.
Incineration will begin in 10 minutes.
I was crying. Great gulping sobs broke into hiccups. It shook my body. I was terrified. I could feel my fear pressing down on me like a tremendous weight. Somehow, I forced my shaking legs to carry me back to the device. I stared at the monitor.
I can't! I just can't! There's no way! I can't figure this out!
What was I going to do? I didn't know. I didn't even know where to start. He scattered my thoughts, and all I could think of was how I was going to die. My palms were sweating, and my blood was boiling in my veins. Palms are sweating. Oh, I'm not rapping Eminem now. It was hot. So hot. Couldn't breathe. I was dizzy. My heart roared in my chest as if it would pound itself to pieces. I reached into my pocket. I wrapped my hands around the thing I'd come back to get. The doll Junpei had given me. At least I had that. I had it tight, both hands, and prayed.
Help me! Junpei! Help me! Help me! Help me! Junpei! 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 Please! Help me! Junpei!
Akane? Akane?
Who the hell is Akane?
Shut up! Just shut the hell up!
7 and Lotus don't understand. I think Clover and Snake have an idea, though. Clover's looking at me, and I think Snake may have figured it out. Oh, it doesn't matter. They're in my way. Where'd she go? Maybe over here?
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me? Akane! Say something!
Fuck. Did something break our connection? I swear I just heard her. Shit.
Akane! Answer me! Akane!
Junpei!
I spun around. I heard a voice. His voice. I looked around. It wasn't in the room, of course, but I'd heard it so clearly, like he was right there.
Junpei!
I screamed as loud as I could.
Akane!
Junpei!
That's her. She's there. Then that means...
Akane! Akane!
Akane, are you in an incinerator right now?
Yes, I am! How did you know?
Couldn't believe that he knew that. Now I understand what Santa meant.
Right. There's only one way to help her. You were brought here to help my sister. To save Akane.
I think I get it now.
Incineration will begin in 7 minutes.
Junpei, we don't have time!
As quickly as I could, I told him that I had to solve the puzzle in order to stop the incinerator.
Got it!
I meant due to... I get everything now. At last, I finally understand what all of this means. I know why the nonary game was held today. I know why we were kidnapped and brought here. It was all for this moment. All of this was planned out to lead to this one moment. Oh my god, this is insane. I can't believe it, but there's only one possible answer. June is, Zero is, Kane Kuroshiki. She recreated the history of the future that she had glimpsed of 9 years ago. She tried to save herself that way 9 years ago. Now she's trying to save herself right now. It means that there's only one thing for me to do. Even if this is all some sort of insane plan, I will save her. I will save Akane Kuroshiki. I must save her, no matter what.
Incineration will begin in 6 minutes.
Could you guys please stop wasting time? I don't want to have a short time for solving a puzzle that I don't understand. The voice reminded me of how much time I had left.
Yeah, I know! Just hang on, alright? I promise I'll get you out of there. I'm not gonna let you die. I promise. So don't worry, alright? Just give me a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
My voice shook as I answered. It was hot in the room. I felt like my heart was on fire. 6 minutes or not, my heart burned with my feelings for him. Alright, time to get to work, Junpei. Is Snake talking to them about something? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Get out of my way.
Hey, what are you...
Just trust me, okay?
Sorry, Lotus, I didn't mean to step out there. But there's a lot more at stake here than your pride. I apologize later, alright? Now let's have a look at this thing. We've got numbers all over this grid. I think the panels are out of order. So I just need to switch these out. Staring at it isn't going to accomplish anything. I just have to try it.
Just think of what I did all those times before.
I'm gonna do this on my own, with my own mind. I'm gonna solve this problem.
Oh god. This one is stuck here. Ah. Three, 8. About nothing about this makes any sense. What the... No. S5 or 70. FS7P8. Can only switch those. Why are they in a grid like this? I switch this 1? Does it have to be the 1 there? Let's think about this. We have 1, 3, 3. So 3, 2 1s, we have 2 S, we have 1 W, 1 A. Give me a hint. This isn't very helpful. This isn't really helpful at all. When I pressed hint, numbers appeared in the empty spots of the grid. They're all single digits. I get a feeling the numbers change when I switch out the yellow squares. But this square at the bottom, why does it stay blank when I press hint? What? Pressing the button again makes the numbers disappear. Looks like I can turn them on and off. Then is there some special meaning in there being 2 modes? What could it mean? Wow. Do I need to manage to get all 9s here? Wait a second. I do believe I have to get all 9s here. Let's brute force this a little bit. This one's 9 now. This one's 9 as well. It's 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. That's great. So, finish this off with something that can take this into 9. Yeah, it's 9. I also need to change this one. This one is 9. Need this. Do I need this A? Oh, I need this A there. Do I have a 7? We don't have a 7. Can I get a 7 with this? This doesn't change anything. No. This. So I need a W here. Yeah, I need a W here. Or do I have to change them to all 9s? Why am I going for all? Let's go for all 1, I guess. 1. Let's say Okay. Okay. Work. Okay, this is one now. I put the hint on all the empty spots look like one bottom right. Does that mean they're supposed to match? I need to make all the numbers in the square of the same tile. I switch out the yellow square. The numbers that show up, the hint change too. Looks like the numbers are affected by the same adjacent squares. For example, when I switch out 3 with 5, the hint number increases by 2. But the hint just adds the surrounding numbers. What's the number I need to hit? And the hint displays what the adjacent yellow squares add up to. And most of the answers should be 2 digits. But each square only has a single digit. They must be calculated in a different way. Digital roots? I guess they're digital roots then. They'll always end up as a single digit. Add the numbers, but there are letters here too. Wait, haven't I used letters and numbers before? A equals 10, B equals 11, C equals 12. Maybe I need to replace the letters with numbers. I think I got the gist of the puzzle up top. Just need to make all the digital roots the same. Yes, so far am the same. But what number? Switching out a yellow square fits all the hint squares around it. Wait, but one square doesn't get a hint number. The 9th spot at the bottom. Only this one stays blank. Maybe a fixed number goes inside. So the 9th square has a different rule. If only I knew what numbers go here. Changing so much. It's just getting messy. Maybe I should reset. Set everything back to its original state. Oh, wait a second. Everything is in the original spot. Something lines up in the bottom squares. Looks kind of like it should be a word. As a yes, so this. I'm getting too confused. I should reset. A clean start should clear my head. Maybe I can figure out the answer easier that way. I need to find the password. Getting confused. I should reset clear start. Maybe I can get the answer easier that way. I need to find the password. Word. That's dumb. That's dumb. Is the password password? What the frickin' hell am I supposed to put in here? Ein password. I'm inputting a password now then. Are there any hints? What the hell am I supposed to put in here? You actual no. Anime. Screen appeared after I solved the last puzzle. Maybe the hint was in that one? What was the hint? I have no idea. At least it's not password. Ein puzzle. The answer ended up being password. After it was an extra space. 9 square. Maybe that's the password. Blank? Empty. Puzzle. I solved it by making the hint squares all 9. So the hidden number should be 9 as well. Which means 9. Number of password puzzle screen is 9. Password this thing asking for is shouldn't be. Is it password 9? Oh. Of the password puzzle screen is 9. Then the password this thing is asking for should put 9. Just a single. Okay. I am sorry.
Yes, that's it!
How is that supposed to be solvable?
Akane! Did you get it?
Yes, I did! I solved it! I mean, really, you solved it for me, but I copied everything you did!
The game solved itself. No one solved anything.
Now I just have to press enter!
Then what the hell are you waiting for? Push it!
Okay,
I hit the enter key.
Emergency shutdown command has been confirmed. Incineration system has been disabled.
It worked! It worked! The incinerator shut down!
Tears rolled down my face as I cried out to him, but they were very different sort of tears. A wonderful feeling of accomplishment and relief flooded my body. At the same time, what strength I had left disappeared and I collapsed on the floor. For a while I just lay there, laughing and crying and enjoying being alive. Every time I thought about him, I thought my heart would burst.
Whew.
I can't quite believe I did that. But I am so glad, so glad. I feel like my heart's on fire. No, I don't have time to be thinking about that kind of shit. And you tell Akane.
Akane! Sorry, but things are kind of busy over here. I'm gonna have to hang up now, okay?
Oh, of course, that's fine!
Like it's a telephone, right? I wiped the tears from my eyes and nodded rigorously, even though I knew he couldn't see me. And then I looked over at the corner of the floor. There were 2 bracelets Fungi had left behind.
Now.
Well, some of the loaders look seven and loaders don't look particularly happy with me. Not a very nice look to give someone who just saved your lives, guys.
Junpei, are you...
Okay.
Shut it.
Right, okay, so maybe they have a reason to be pissed off. So what, I haven't pressed the enter key yet. Alright, nothing holding me back now. Here goes. Wait.
Incineration will begin in 90 seconds.
It doesn't sound like it's stopping.
What the shit? Why isn't it stopping?
Okay, maybe I didn't hit the key hard enough, just hit it again, and again, and again. Okay, that's not working either. The alarm's still going off. What the hell is going on? I've got all the right numbers in the right boxes, it's perfect. So why isn't this thing stopping?
Incineration will begin in 60 seconds.
Wait, of course. That's what the numbers that showed up after the puzzle mean. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8. Snake Clover, me, 7 unloaders, then 9. But that's it. It's a number and the door isn't 9. It's not even a number.
It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that...
Holy shit. Of course. We just have to put the right number into the red end.
Incineration will begin in 30 seconds.
Run, guys! Get to the door! Run!
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Don't have much time. Man, I sure hope they can't just trust me on this one or we are all fucked. Alright, no time to explain, just
Quick,
go.
Verify your numbers on the red!
Verify?
Who?
What combination?
All of us! We all need to verify!
Why?
You really think this is a good time to ask questions? Just do it!
Hurry, 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 hurry.
Incineration will begin in 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Central gate has been opened. Incineration system has been disabled.
Oh, thank Christ. No time to be happy. Time to go.
Hurry! We've only got 9 seconds before the door closes. Go, go!
Come on, guys, move it. Okay, they're all through. Move it, Junpei. Just in time. And there goes the door. No, don't calm down yet. You're not done. We still gotta find the dead.
Shit. Looks like we made it, huh?
Guys sure can laugh if he wants to. Looks like Clover and Lotus are totally out of energy. Nick is shaking his head wearily. I just want to take a nap, but...
Akane! Akane! Can you hear me?
I want to tell her we made it. I want to tell her now how good I feel. Nothing. The door opened. Standing in front of it was my brother.
Akane!
Oi!
I cried his name, even though my voice was almost gone for screaming, and leapt into his arms.
Oh, oi!
Akane!
I buried my face in his chest and cried again. I cried and cried and cried. The steady thump of his heart in my ear made me feel like I was home. Its beat was almost like a lullaby. I wrapped my arms around him as far as they would go and held him as tight as I could. Just to be there felt like a miracle, and felt the warmth of another human body in what seemed like an eternity. I just wanted to stay there in his arms forever, but I couldn't. When I passed through the door, my bracelet had begun to count on death. I leapt away from him and looked around. The door had already closed. I spotted the dead and only a short distance away. It took me only a moment to get to it and scan all the bracelets left once. I left the ones Hongo had dropped on the scanner panel. That was it. I took a deep breath and looked around again. The huge detective would be called 7 and 9 years, and Snake, the blind boy, were looking at me. They seemed to have been utterly stunned by my sudden appearance. Their eyes were wide and their mouths hung open.
Alright, let's get out of here. If we don't book it, we might run into Hongo again.
Aoi was right. It was time to get moving. The mention of Hongo seemed to jar 7 and Snake out of their surprise, and they nodded. We took off running up the spiraling stairs to freedom. Time for more running. But if they can get us out of here, why are we running so hard? Heart speeding so hard I can barely hear. God, I can't wait to breathe real air again. Huh? 7th walking?
Hey Junpei, can I ask you something?
What's up?
That door, the one with the 9 on it. Why'd it open?
Yeah, all 5 of us verified our numbers on the red. 2 plus 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 26. That makes our digital route 8. It shouldn't have opened.
That's not like you, Lotus. I thought you would have figured it out already.
Huh? Why?
Because you were the person who taught me about the idea of bases.
Bases?
Yeah. What are the 2 numbers in base 2?
0 and 1.
How about base 10?
That goes from 0 to 9, right?
Then how about base 16?
0 through F. After 9, it starts at A and goes from there. B, C, D, etc.
You're right. In other words, A in base 16 is 10 in base 10. B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, and so on.
So, what about it?
You don't get it? What if we keep going with that pattern? What if you go way past base 16 all the way to base 27?
Base 27?
Yeah.
Well, the numerical digits are the same, so I guess you'd add alphabetical digits. E is 14, F is 15, G is 16,
H is 17, I is 18, J is 19,
K is 20, L is 21, M is 22,
N is 23, O is 24.
Yeah, and? What comes after that?
Q.
26!
And what does that mean?
That wasn't a 9 on the door.
It was a Q! A fucking lowercase q!
That's really leap.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I guess to put it another way, you could say that it was a 9 in base 10, but a Q in base 27.
Time for more running. God, my thighs are killing me. I swear any moment now, I'm gonna tear a muscle. I feel like every single cell in my blood is dying, so yeah. Damn, every breath I take, it's a core now. I feel like my lungs are gonna burst. Maybe just a short rest. Oh, I can't stop, don't have time. Come on, Lex. There can't be many more of these steps left. Let's run like a bullet down a rifle barrel. A tornado cutting through the clouds. I feel like I'm running along the back of a giant coiled dragon. Finally. That's one huge step here. Jesus, I can't barely breathe. No, Junpei, no time to rest. Pull yourself together, you're almost there.
Alright, I'm gonna open it.
Yeah.
Yes, we're finally here!
Please do!
Sure, you look like a big, heavy door, but you're the only thing standing between me and my freedom. But even more important than that, you're the only thing standing between me and Akane. You're gonna open, and you're gonna open now. I felt a hand on my shoulder. It was Aoi's. Gave it a small, reassuring squeeze. I was so happy I felt like I could melt. My heart was at peace. And not only because my brother and I were back together again, thanks to that huge detective, all 9 of us who had been kidnapped. We finally able to escape from the gigantic. On the distant horizon, we could see the faint outline of the ship as it sank. It gave thunderous roar as I finally slipped beneath it in waves. Its last cry echoed out across the ocean, and then it was gone.
It's over.
Aoi whispered.
Yeah.
It was over. It was finally over. Oh, was it? Was it really? No, that was wrong. It wasn't it at all. I was sure of it. This wasn't the end. It was only the beginning. This was the only prologue to what would happen in 9 years. Yes, finally. There! Ah, damn, that sun is bright. I can barely see anything. Ah, gotta admit, it doesn't look quite like... Wait.
No way!
You have got to be shitting
What?
me.
It can't be.
This is.
This is the building in the Nevada desert.
Welcome to Nevada.
The mock experiment building.
Oh my god. This whole time we were in Building Q.
Sure enough. The desert out there. With mountains all around it. Hello there, son. Why am I glad to see you? I don't think I have ever been so happy to see a sunrise. Huh. Did I just see something fall? Right, our placelets. Guess I've never really got a good look at on the side of this thing. Let's see. What's inside of you? Just a little electronic chip, like in an 88 ATM card. That's it. There's nothing else. Nothing that even looks like a detonator. It was never a detonator to begin with. Figures.
Akane.
Jumpy!
Huh. Guess I must be pretty crazy about that girl if I think I'm hearing her voice in the wind. Whoa. Okay. Let's unpack there. So... Akane is Zero? I guess? The center was the assistant and her brother. And they weren't really on the ship. They were on this test building. So... I guess the only detonator thing, the only ones with detonators were Ace and the other dumb people who were leading the earlier experiments. I guess that's some kind of a revenge. But, well, she gave them the option to repent. At least she gave Ace the option to repent, and Ace decided to kill them all. Well, that's also a thing. But one of the endings doesn't really fit, as far as I'm concerned. The everyone's dead ending isn't really helpful, I guess. This is weird. What's with the submarine ending? Who's the killer there? That didn't make sense. Nothing about that made sense.
Are you okay?
Oh, come on. This is nothing.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't look okay.
It was just before the end of the elementary school. Junpei and I were sitting next to each other on a small hill, looking down at the town. The sun slowly set.
How does it look then?
It was half serious, half joking. I thought about it for a minute.
Well, let's see. It looks like you kissed a toad and got warts, but then they just kept growing and growing and...
What does that even mean?
Junpei grinned and...
Ow.
See? I told you you're not okay. You're too reckless. You can't beat 5 8th graders, Junpei. That's crazy.
Yeah, but I couldn't just stand there. I mean, don't you think so? I had to do something.
Look at the Nevada desert go past. For an SUV, this thing has a pretty smooth ride. It was nice for someone to leave it for us outside the building. Keys in the ignition, gas in the tank. Almost like it was present, you know? Anyway, we jumped in and now here we are, screaming across the desert. Clothes over there in the passenger seat. Snake and Seven and I are all squeezed into the backseat here. Still can't believe we let her drive.
Woohoo! This is so fun! This is so awesome! Driving is so great when there's nothing around, and there's no speed limit.
Hey, Clover, watch those bumps, all right? This car jumps even a little, and I think I'm gonna get crushed to death.
Hey, shut it. I can't help if I'm big, all right? Suck it up.
Why don't you drive, Seven?
I'm a cop. I ain't gonna break the law.
He doesn't have an international license.
Yeah, but you could have sat in the passenger seat.
Oh, hell no. There's no way I'm giving this seat up. And Clover, there's no need to slow down. The car Santa and June are in should be somewhere down this road ahead of us.
Oh, so they're ahead of them.
Yeah, I saw some fresh tire tracks going out. There's no doubt about it.
Then we've got to hurry if we want to catch them, don't we?
Sure thing.
So where did they put Ace? Shit. Damn it. She doesn't have to drive so fast. And I didn't even think a car like this could go this fast. We're throwing up a lot of dust here. It was a couple hours after we'd run into the junior students. They'd been hiding the bushes in the back of one of the hills, drenching a kid in a gasoline. When we saw what they're doing, Junpei ran up to them, curious.
Hey! What the hell are you doing?
Then he jumped on them. They quickly scooped up the kitten and tossed it to me. Caught it and ran to the police station as fast as I could.
Help me! Officer, please! You have to come with me!
The policeman and I headed back to the hill. All we found was Junpei sprawled on the ground with her face covered in big swollen lumps.
You couldn't run away after you threw the kitty to me?
I asked him. He stuck his tongue out through the hole in his mouth where her tooth had fallen.
Yeah, I guess I coulda.
Then why didn't you?
I didn't want to. I wanted to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Yeah, we saw where that led to.
Because of what they were doing to the kitty.
Yeah, that too, but I think they were the ones behind those murders our first semester. Remember?
Oh, you mean the bunnies?
Yeah, the bunnies.
He plucked me some grass from the ground and tossed it into the wind.
They asked me what elementary school I was from, so I told them. And then they said they'd do the same thing to you that they did to the rabbits. I couldn't forgive them for that, so I... Hey, there's still some stuff I don't get.
Of course. They probably don't know any more than I do.
Like Ace. Well, I guess I should say Gentaro Hongo. Why did he create the Nonary Project? Anybody? Any ideas?
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I could.
He's still in the trunk, I assume?
Yeah, he is. Still tied up, I'm assuming, with his mouth taped shut. His eyes just look empty, no emotion. He looks like he's just given up. I wonder if he ever cares about what happened to him anymore.
Hey, were you listening to us?
Yeah, go ahead and try to pretend you weren't, you old bastard. Let's get that tape out of your mouth.
Come on, I know you were. Answer me.
You could at least look at me when you talk, man.
I only wanted to see the faces. Human faces. I thought if I could gain the ability to access the morphic field set, then perhaps I could see faces. By peering into people's minds, you could understand how they were processing the expressions of others.
That's it?
Yes, if you want to put it simply. But if you are looking for a more philosophical answer, I could supply that as well. You see, the human collective consciousness...
I think that's enough of you, Bill. Time for the tape to go back on.
All right, so what's your second question?
You said there were some things you didn't get, didn't you?
Well, somebody's a little noisy.
Well, my next question doesn't really have anything to do with you two. This is for you, Seven. It's about the whole Alice thing. What's the deal with that?
Well, you see, 9 years ago, after I escaped from the Gigantic, I kept going after Hongo on my own, hoping I'd catch him when he finally slipped up. During the course of my investigations, I learned a lot more about the Gigantic. I also found out about Gordain and Alice.
You're not really answering my question. Was there actually a girl who wouldn't melt at room temperature?
Sounds like Hongo has something to say. Alright, fine, I'll let you talk, but you're gonna behave.
What?
Alice doesn't exist. 9 years ago, I found Alice's coffin behind the library on the bottom deck. There was nothing in it but the root of a peculiar plant. My research determined that it was a member of the genus Mandragora, of the family Solanaceae. I was able to extract a particular alkaloid from it. I used that extract to create Soparil. Its creation was a tremendous boon to my firm, and we grew rapidly.
Shit, this is gonna go on forever. Tape's coming back on, Hongo. The rest of my question can wait a bit. For now, I think I'll just enjoy the ride.
Here, this is for you.
What's this?
This is a for you doll. His name is Junpei.
Junpei pulled something out of his pocket and shoved it out his arm towards me. His hand was a bowl made of yarn, small enough to fit in his palm.
Junpei, are you sure it's, for you, doll?
Huh? Yeah, the lady at the shop said so, so that means it's for you, right?
Are you sure it's not a voodoo doll?
Wait, what? That's... Oh, man. Oh, man.
Well, it sure looks like a voodoo doll. I mean, you do know what a voodoo doll is used for.
Yeah, I guess calling it Junpei isn't a very good idea then.
Why are you giving me this anyway? It just seems really sudden.
You know how after June, we aren't gonna get to see each other too much? I mean, we're gonna be in different schools, and I just thought I'd, you know...
Oh, okay, well, how about we call it June then?
Okay. So, I wanted to give you this.
You sound like some sort of tribal chief in a bad movie.
Yes. I, head of tribe. This doll, traditional charm of tribe. So I give this. It me. So we always together.
Oh, Junpei.
If something bad, then hold and pray. I go wherever you are. So here, take.
I reached my hand out and picked up the doll gently.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Junpei.
Before I knew it, I was crying. Tears streamed down my face and fell into June's tiny iron body.
Oh, Junpei. I'll never forget you, I promise.
Junpei looked straight into my eyes and said just 5 words.
I'll never forget you either.
The sky was beautiful crimson red as it melted down toward the horizon. Last golden rays of sunlight stretched out across the city and painted themselves across the hills. We sat bathed in that warm light of evening, just the two of us leaning gently against one another, shoulder to shoulder. The sun set and we still didn't leave. We watched in silence as the darkness deepened, and one by one the lights around began to flicker on. There's still one thing I didn't get. To be honest, it's the biggest mystery as far as I'm concerned, and also the only one that's really important. It has to do with June and Arcana. 9 years ago, she died in that incinerator under Gigantic. She's still alive now as June. But how? Was it because I tapped into the morphic peel set and saved her 9 years ago? Right, I'd say that makes some kind of insane sense. If I did that, then... do I make sense of what Seven remembers? Snake makes sense, he's blind. He couldn't have seen her body anyway. Seven said he was sure he saw it. Does that mean there's some kind of historical discrepancy? Oh wait, maybe that's not it at all. There's one other logical explanation. That's what he told me the truth, Seven. You look satisfied. No way. Couldn't.
Hey, look! Over there! There's somebody next to the road.
Huh?
What?
The burning gaze of the Nevada sun pounded down her head. The desert around her repeat. Standing there on that shimmering plain was a woman, her arm out and her thumb up. It would be not be long before Junpei realized who she was. Okay. What the heck? What the heck? Ah. Alright. This is basically, I guess, the canon ending. Let's say quickly. Yeah. This is the canon ending. Yeah, that's the flow. That's the canon ending. This is the stuff that happens after this. So we still got 2 ones left. I'm gonna round them up in an extra episode. This is the key we need for this one. That's the way it looks. We kinda did it in the right order to get to that. And yeah, well, this episode goes on for way too long now. Still, the submarine ending is one of the things I really don't understand here. That doesn't make any sense. Those are just failed endings. Like I said, I'm going to pick them up and put them into another episode. And, well, that's about it. See you next time for the extra roundup and then in a new game. Bye bye.